Summer here in Calgary feels a bit different for this year. For starters, it was very slow to arrive. So it's still cold in Calgary. It was 5 degrees when I woke up. What's the date?
June 24th.
But when it got here, a rainy spring contributed to a massive abundance of mosquitoes. So how can we still enjoy our short summer outdoors without the constant slap and smack of trying to keep the bugs off? I'm Erin from TechGadgetsCanada.com and Tech Gadgets International, and I've been investigating mosquito repeller devices. And the Thermacell Radius mosquito repeller is one of the more popular picks out there. In this review, I'll take a look at what it does, how it works, and most importantly, if it actually works. So what is Thermacell Radius? It's a rechargeable mosquito repeller that weighs less than 200 grams, yet it's capable of providing half a day's worth of protection in a localized area out of a single replaceable repellent cartridge. Okay, how does it work? The product name already gives you a bit of a clue on how this system operates. Therma, because it generates heat to vaporize a liquid solution in a swappable cartridge. Cell, because it gets its energy from a rechargeable lithium-ion battery cell. And Radius, because of Thermacell's claims of providing up to 15 feet of mosquito-free protection. Setting the device up is easy. Remove the protective cap on the refill cartridge, open the top cover of the Radius, and then just drop the refill cartridge in and close it back up. The Thermacell Radius has a single power button, which functions as you'd expect it to, but it performs a couple other duties as well. Pressing the button twice will instruct the Thermacell Radius to switch off automatically after 120 minutes. Holding the button down will lock the device to prevent any accidental triggering, which is handy to have when traveling since it runs silently. The Radius uses only battery power, and it does take a bit of time for the unit to heat up and diffuse the fluid inside. Thermacell says up front you do need to give it about 15 minutes to power up and to create your bug-free cone of relaxation. So don't panic if you still see some mosquitoes after leaving it on for a few minutes. Just keep the unit in the same spot and place it in the middle of the area you want to protect, then let it work its magic. After 15 minutes, that was around the time I started to notice we were all waving our arms around less and no longer slapping at ourselves to kill those mosquitoes. I used the Thermacell Radius both on a camping trip to a nearby lake and at home in my backyard. On our camping trip, there was a group of 6 of us, and we all agreed that it provided a noticeable reduction in mosquitoes. Similarly, out in my backyard, it also performed really well. We were able to sit outside for hours and enjoy the warm evenings here in Calgary without being ravaged by bugs. Some folks have asked if the Radius smells or makes any noise. I didn't smell anything while testing it. The liquid inside the Radius refill cartridge uses metofluotherin as the active ingredient, and this is a DEET-free, odorless neurotoxin that's safe for humans and pets, but highly effective in repelling mosquitoes. The core function of the Radius is to fire up the heating element inside to spread the metofluotherin. There are no fans inside the device, and I didn't hear any noise throughout my testing. It was a nice experience having no wafting smoke or chemicals, no stink, and no buzzing zap of an electrical element. Okay, let's talk battery life, and it's not great. Thermacell rates the battery for around 6.5 hours of use, and I'd say I got around 6 hours, maybe up to 6.5 on a full charge. Charging a fully drained Radius takes about 5 hours, but you can leave it on while it is charging if you don't mind a slightly slower charging speed. Now, that's kind of short and the recharging time is long. If the slow charging is a huge concern for you, you can hook up a power bank when the battery runs low. Overall, I am happy to report that the Thermacell Radius is a true mosquito repellent, and most importantly, it actually works. It's quiet, it doesn't smell, and it's very portable. Downsides? The battery life and recharging speeds aren't great. The biggest downside probably is that you need to have a steady supply of refill cartridges to get through your summer. The cartridges cost about $38 Canadian for a 40-hour refill and about $70 for an 80-hour version. This may be a small price to pay for a mosquito-free yard or campsite. Thermacell does offer higher end, bigger, I guess you could say, repellers like the E55, which boasts greater coverage and is more rugged and moisture proof. But the Radius offers a really good balance of price, portability, eco-friendliness, battery life, and range. The Thermacell Radius sells for about $39 US or a whopping $99 Canadian, and you can get it from places like Amazon. Be the first to hear about new products I'm reviewing and giveaways I'm doing by signing up for my newsletter. You can find that at techgadgetscanada.com and scroll to the bottom to join.